What's up? I'm back, Moonrock ASMR in the building. Today I have a new idea for a video we could make, so I was looking a bit through my old stuff, maybe to also sort some things out, and I stumbled upon my old Xbox 360 collection. So I thought I will show you this. Don't be too hyped, it's pretty small. I never was a big console gamer. I usually played on PC, and yeah, console games also were pretty expensive always, and yeah, so that's why I think it's easier to use keyboard and mouse instead of controllers. But yeah, still, console was a lot of fun, especially if you could play with your friends and maybe, back then there were more so-called couch co-op games, and nowadays they don't really do this anymore. Probably so everyone has to buy a copy. But yeah, back then it was pretty normal to have couch co-op games. So console was very cool for if you had friends visit you and stuff like that. So yeah, enough with the talking. Let's start with the first game. It's called FIFA. And as you can see, I already told you it's pretty old. So that's FIFA 14, meaning 2014. Unbelievable that this was made 14 years ago. And yeah, absolute classic game. I played this a lot. Yeah, but at one point I just couldn't play it anymore because it made me so mad. This game cost me, I think, 2 controllers. That's how mad this game makes you. I guess maybe if I have viewers from the US, I guess you probably don't really play this game, but for us in Europe or in Germany, this was like a game everyone had, literally everyone had. So yeah, and as you can see here, it says co-op modus, and that's what I meant. So you could play, if you had 2 controllers, you could play the game together on one console, so not everyone had to buy the game. That was very cool. We did tournaments and stuff like that. It's a very cool game. But funny story, I don't know if it's this one though. So by the way, back then you still got actual hard copies of the games. I saw some pictures recently and people showed their boxes, their cases. They opened it up and inside there was just a paper CD with a code on it, so you can download the game online. So yeah, back then there were actual copies, but I got scammed once with FIFA. Sorry guys, I had to make a cut because I accidentally showed my face on the CD or DVD rather. So yeah, I got, as I mentioned, I got scammed of buying this copy of Facebook for 15 euros, and look, I'd show you just the corner on how the CD looked. It has this, I don't know if you can even see it, maybe now. It has this ring around the CD, and I think this one's called Ring of Death. And yeah, anyway, so of course the game did not work, and as soon as I wanted to return it or contact the guy, the profile was gone. honestly, I usually never fall for stuff like this, and I'm triple, quadruple checking everything if it seems correct. But this guy, like, he did everything so good, the fake profile and everything. So yeah, I was unfortunately never able to return it, and also wasn't able to get my money back, obviously. So yeah, guy, if you ever listen to this, fuck you. Okay, let's put it in again. I try to make it quiet. Perfect. We close the game. And off to the next one, I would say. Classic soccer game. I don't really have to explain a lot. Just soccer. Or football, how we call it. So the next game is called Prey. It's a bit scuffed. There was a sticker on it and I took it off and now it looks ugly. But I remember this game was pretty cool. I don't really know exactly what it was about, but I remember it had a bit like a touch of Dead Space maybe, and you could. So I think aliens abducted like the entire humanity, and you are one indigenous Indian guy, and you basically have to fight all the aliens, and you can harvest their powers and get better. And I think you had a special bow and stuff like this. Oh yeah, and also you could. There were spots where you could change gravity and turned everything upside down, and then you turned everything back. Yeah. Then there were portals too. Yeah, this game was awesome. I remember it was really, really cool. Pretty brutal too. So as you can see, it says 18 plus. So here in Germany, that it's like the highest rating you can have. It means you have to be 18 or older to get it. Yeah, Prey. We are the next. One magazine says about this game, a high polished ego shooting. Give it to me. Yeah, Prey. So you should definitely try this out. I think they did a remake too, but maybe only on PC. So yeah, try this out. Okay, next one is one of my favorite game series in general, and also one of my favorite games. It's definitely not the best one. The one I think is the best one, I will show it in another video. I plan on doing a top 10 of all my favorite PC games. Then I will mention it, but this one is Wolfenstein, the New Order. So again, 18 plus. There also was a beta for Doom game inside. We in Germany we got lucky with the PG rating, because so this game is as you can see it's about Second World War and also Nazis and stuff like that, and you are an American guy basically just fighting Nazis. it's the year 1960. Okay, so a bit after the World War. We're in years 1960. The regime has won the war. I guess the Germans won the war. And Blaskowicz, that's the main character we are playing, he has to try the impossible to defeat the fascist regime that destroyed the world. It's not quite destroyed, it says something subdued is the word, I think. And yeah, you could do akimbo, so hold two guns at once, but also two machine guns and stuff like that. Yeah, Wolfenstein. I don't know if it's called like this in English too, or if you pronounce it differently, like Wolfenstein or something. But we say Wolfenstein, so that's a German word in my opinion. So I'm allowed to pronounce it German. Okay, so here we got another FIFA 14. This is the one that actually worked, which I bought from the original store. So yeah, that's why I have it twice. This is the one that actually works. Now another absolute classic, Assassin's Creed. I would be surprised if there's anyone who doesn't know this game. Very ahead of its time, especially the first one. I don't know that's the second one. Like graphics wise, and also the gameplay, the stunts and parkour and all this stuff. That was very ahead of its time. Very, very cool game, and obviously very successful franchise. Since I think we're at Assassin's Creed, I don't know, 12 now or something. I stopped playing after this, I think. But I know there are a lot, almost every year there's a new Assassin's Creed, it feels like. I saw one Assassin's Creed at a friend. He played it, and I think it was in Egypt, if I'm correct. I think there was a pyramid, and that one looked cool. I think it was also open world. Yeah, pretty cool. But these, as you can see, it says gebraucht, that means in German, and that means it's already used, so it was somebody played it before, and we have a shop here. Oh no, you guys have to know it too. So GameStop, right? I think GameStop is everywhere, and at GameStop you can buy them at, used already, so they are cheaper, and you can also bring back your own games and maybe get money or like credits in the store. Yeah, pretty cool game. You should, I say, in your life you should at least play one Assassin's Creed game, because it is something special. Okay, next game. Also absolute classic. Don't think I'm weirdo because I only have games that are 18 plus, but those are usually the best ones. And Xbox is different than Nintendo. Nintendo games are more for children. But yeah, so again, I bought this used, as you can see, $9.99. Good deal, I'd say. Borderlands, very cool game, very, very cool game. Also, again, ahead of its time, in my opinion. The graphics was something unique and never seen before. Very good graphics. mix, good combination of role-play game, shooting game, and also story game. Just awesome. You had 4 different characters. These guys, they had special powers, a lot of weapons. The weapons could have extra effects, like you could get a normal machine gun, or you could get one that shoots fire, bullets, and stuff like that. So there was an incentive to farm stuff. So yeah, that, as I mentioned, it had this role-play feeling, like you're playing World of Warcraft or something. You can level, you can skill, you can find gear, a better gear. And one of the coolest thing about this game was, again, the co-op mode. Again, 2 players. And yeah, great game overall. Yeah, okay, next one. Yeah, so it's the same game, just part number 2. Don't have to say much. I said everything for the last one. You have 4 new characters, also very cool characters. I don't even know which one I picked back then. I think the sniper guy. Even though I don't even like sniping that much, but maybe it was the first one. Yeah, no. In the first one I picked this guy. I think this was the sniper guy. And here, honestly, I don't even remember which one I picked. No clue. I don't know anymore. But yeah, doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, pretty cool. Game of the Year edition. Very, very cool game. And as I mentioned before, awesome that you could play it in co-op mode. Okay, next game. Again, something we had before. So this is the actual first Assassin's Creed. The one before was the second one. Yeah, the second one. And that's the first one. So yeah, again, I don't have to say much. It's the same game, just a bit earlier. And this one is 16 already, so at least I don't exclusively own adult-rated games. But the next one is adult rated again. So this one's called Gears of War 3. I don't remember much about this game. I'm also pretty sure I didn't play it that much. Made by Epic Games. I really don't know much about this game anymore. It's also co-op, so that's cool. And I remember it was, I think, third person, and what was very characteristic was the movement. You could hide between things and slide forward and stuff like that. But excuse me, guys, but I don't remember as much anymore. But I remember it was pretty cool. OXM says a true masterpiece. So, guys, if OXM says this, whoever OXM is, then it has to be true. Yeah. Okay, so the next one is something all of you know, I guess. Lord of the Rings. Der Krieg im Norden translates to the war in the north, or the Northern War. Yeah, cool game, pretty cool. was one of those games I only played when friends were around. Yeah. So last three. So this is also something all of you know probably. Call of Duty Ghosts. Kinda random that I have this one, but when I was shopping back then for games, this was the only one available that was used, and I always tried to save as much money as possible, so I bought this one. But I think Call of Duty Black Ops and other Call of Duties were better than this one, but this one was cool too. I remember I always did like a troll build, so I never took it too serious, and I always tried to annoy people, so I always went for knife build. So I had the perk that lets you run faster, and I also played a lot of throwing knife, and after a while I got really good at them, and the throwing knives are so OP if you can use them. And yeah, I just ran around knifing people all the time, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I was really useful. It was just funny and annoying for the enemies, but most of the times, a gun would have been way better. And also, again, co-op mode. See, the games back then were all co-op mode, but now both people have to buy the game, and you can still not play it on one console, I think. It's very rare. Diablo, for example, was possible. Yeah, Call of Duty, classic. So, second last game. This one is awesome. I remember this very good. Awesome. Just the cover alone looks crazy to me. So this was very cool. It had kind of a bit like GTA, let's say. So it was open world, a city, there were cars and people and stuff. But the specialty was there were also like aliens and special super villains everywhere, and whenever you killed one, you absorbed their power. So as you can see, the guy, this arm is normal, but this arm has a huge blade. So basically how it works, after you kill, let's say, the enemy with the huge blade, you unlock this ability, and you can still fight normally. And I think you could also use guns, but then again you can also use these special abilities, and they were sick. Some of them looked very cool. You could climb buildings like Spider-Man, or even cooler. You could glide, I think you can see it here, through the air. And yeah, you had these superpowers like ultra arms, and yeah, I think that was one of the enemies. What does it say? You are Sergeant Heller. Oh, it's a virus. So a virus broke out and transformed us into a mighty shapeshifter. Hunt, kill, and absorb your enemies in New York Zero. So I guess it's supposed to be New York. Yeah, so kill enemies in New York Zero, and revenge, and take revenge on the man that killed your family or destroyed your family. Ah, yeah, and you could also transform into other persons. So you could, for example, if the police is chasing you, you could just transform into a policeman, and they won't follow you anymore. Very, very cool game. If you haven't played this, definitely check it out. This But still, I want you to think 5 seconds. What do you think is like the most Xbox 360 game you can think of? And I give you one tip, it's not Halo. So 3, 2, 1, now you can guess. And it's, of course, GTA, the game of games, at least on console. Absolutely perfect game in every aspect. There's not one thing I don't like about this game. I played so many hours on console and on PC. Everything about GTA in general, I love everything about it. I think I actually played every single GTA from 1 to 5. And yeah, so just the city alone, hours and hours. So I remember when I got the Xbox and the game, because I got it together, and at around the same time I also got a new TV. So I got all this together, and I remember I was so blown away by the graphics back then. I mean, that's also over 10 years now, and I was so blown away by the graphics. I just drove around for hours and just looked at everything, because I couldn't believe how detailed everything is, and so many hours of flying through the city, checking sunsets, going on the highest mountain, just trying out literally everything. And the story was great. It was a cool approach to make 3 main characters instead of 1. They all were special and unique in their own way. This one, Trevor, was funny as hell, but also crazy as fuck. Then there was Franklin. I think that's this guy. This guy, I think. And then there's also the last one, but I don't remember the name. Maybe Michael. That's like what first thing that crossed my mind. Yeah, you are in Los Santos, which is a replica of Los Angeles, basically. Which I can confirm because I have been to LA once. Yeah, GTA 5, just great game. I can't wait for GTA 6. And just the fact alone that this game was released, I think in maybe even 2013. Maybe, yeah, 2013 I think. So 12 years, and considering it's 12 years old and people still play to this day. It's crazy. There were role plays, so people did online servers where they could role play GTA. This game has so much influence and reach, it's actually crazy. But there's a reason for that, because the games are just great. And why? Because Rockstar is just insane good gaming company. No sellouts like Blizzard or other company. They always took their time to make the game, and then when they released it, it was awesome. I mean, look at the other titles. Red Dead Redemption, insane game. What else did they do? LA Noire, for example. I don't know. By the way, LA Noire I had too, but I don't know where it is, but I know I had it. Yeah, so Rockstar, awesome. Everything by Rockstar is great. Let's see how GTA 6 will be once we finally get it in 2050. Yeah. So, unfortunately, that's already it. That was my gaming collection. As I mentioned, not the biggest collection.